What's going on, folks? This is Coach Marcus Pro Fan Talk, and here we are again talking about these refs. This time, Kelsey Plum is a little pissed off. She got ticked off because she wasn't getting the calls. Now, first of all, I understand the frustration. The only thing consistent about these refs has been their inconsistency. The calls have been all over the place. I've seen a couple of games that were called well, I should say, or at least they called them even. I didn't agree with some of the calls, but there was one game against New York, and I know there was one or two more games where I thought they were ticky-tack fouls, but they caught it like that the whole game, or vice versa. They let them get away with a lot of stuff, and they were playing, and they called it like that the whole game. They didn't switch up. But even saying that, it's only been like 2 or 3 games that I have seen where it's been like that. But there's always going to be complaints about refs, and don't get it twisted. She went off. Kelsey Plum went off. So let's hear her comments.
Fine for saying this, but like, I drive more than anyone in the league, so to shoot 6 free throws is fucking absurd. And I got scratches on my face, got scratches on my body, and these guards on the other team get these ticky-tack fouls, and I'm sick of it. I get fouled like that every possession. Ricky gets fouled like that in the post all the time, and they don't call it, and I don't know what else to do. Like, it's really frustrating though. I'm like, I feel, I mean, there are multiple shots at the end of the game, either go into the third, into the fourth, where they're just coming in fucking swinging, and they just don't call anything. And I don't understand how that's 6 free throws. I'm playing 40 minutes, touching the paint almost every play is absurd. It's absurd. And so I'm saying, like, I'll get fined for that, and that's fine, but I mean, and I needed to make more shots, like, late game, but I mean, they're fouling the shit out of me every single play. Yeah.
So, listen, again, first of all, let me say this. She ain't wrong. The refs are horrible. They letting a lot of shit go. When are they going to flip the switch? I don't know. I don't know if this is something that the commissioner can do or deal with. And I'm sure the refs are hearing the pressure and hearing the complaints. All refs do in every league, especially professional leagues, because, and this is the big because when the refs start messing with the flow of the game, that messes with the money. That messes with the betting. They can figure out who's calling the game and who's, look at that ref's track record, and do they like to call fouls, or are they more ticky-tack, or do they let them play? Things like that end up affecting the money. So they hear about it. The league hears about it. They know how it looks. They know when it looks bad. They know when it looks really bad. But again, that's the only thing that's been consistent about the W the last 2 years. And again, this is only my second year really invested in the WNBA. So I am almost positive that the refs were just as bad 3, 4, and 5 years ago. I'm sure you could go back and look at complaints and all of that type of stuff. Now, here is the problem where you got to flip it. You wasn't saying this, Kelsey Plum, when you was getting all them calls for Las Vegas. When they ran off them 2 championships, there were a lot of other teams most likely complaining, bitch moaning, complaining about the calls that y'all were getting and other teams weren't. So it happens on both sides. When it's bad refereeing, it's bad refereeing on both sides. But you do have a point. The refereeing is bad, but also everybody gets a turn. There's always going to be a game with every team that's going to bitch about the calls. We lost Indiana lost the one game, and I think they went to the free throw line like 13 times compared to like 31 or something like that. Stephanie White brought it up. She gave her complaint, but they kept it moving because you're not going to change the refs. And the only thing you really do is put a target on your back. And here's the bad part about it is when you listen to her, it's like, man, stop acting like a little girl and crying about the refs because you can't do nothing about it. But I got scratches all over my body. Everybody gets that. Everybody gets a turn. And now you complaining because now you're on the wrong end of it. But if we can go back and run back the tape, there have been plenty of times where you and your teammates on other teams have come out on the plus side of some of those bad calls. So just keep it 100. tuck your head down, keep working. Eventually you're gonna get some calls. Eventually there's gonna be a game where it goes the other way. So it is what it is. This is part of the game. Control what you can control and just keep trying to ball and stop bitching about it.